Today we're going to talk about solving when we have parallel lines cut by a transversal. So if I have two parallel lines here, cut by a transversal, I know angle properties or special angle relationships. So let's just start labeling. I know vertical angles are always equal, so this one's 60. And then I know down here, my corresponding angles are going to be equal. So the corresponding, this one is in the top left. The top left down here is this one. So that one's also 60. Then this one's vertical, so that's also 60. Now to fill in the other angles, I know that I have a straight line here, so 60 plus this angle would have to make a straight line, which is 180 degrees. So 180 minus 60, okay, this one is 120. That means the one across from it is vertical and 120. And then down here, the same thing happens. This one's 120, and this one's 120. So there's only two options. Angles can be congruent or equal or supplementary, which means they add up to 180 degrees. And I'm just going to write congruent so you see how to spell it. But all it means is the angles are the same size. We don't put an equal sign because equal means they're the exact same angle. They're not the same angle. This one's over here. This 60 is over here. They're the same size. They're both 60. All right, let's look at some examples on the inside right. So on this I'm given a diagram, and it says that HG and AF are parallel, which means all my angle relationships are true. I can use alternate interior, alternate exterior, corresponding, any of those we learned yesterday. So angle ABE is 5x, so I'm going to label it A to B to E. So that is this angle, 5x. My other angle, BCD, is 2x plus 5. So I'm going to label that one B to C to D, 2x plus 5. Now, there's a lot of different ways to do this, but I like to just mark up what's equal with tick marks. So here's one angle. It's equal to the one across from it. Then if I look down here at these four angles, the one in the top left is corresponding, so that one's equal. Then the vertical angle is equal. Then I know all my other angles are going to be equal. Another way to think about this red angle is obtuse. So all my obtuse angles I make red or have one angle mark. And all my acute angles I'm putting two angle marks on so I could see those. So if I look at my two angles, the 5x and the 2x plus 5, I see that they're not equal. So my other option is that they make 180 degrees or they're supplementary. So to solve for x, my equation is 5x plus 2x plus 5 equals 180 degrees. All right, so combine like terms. That's 7x plus 5 equals 180. I'm going to subtract 5 from both sides, so 7x equals 175. Then just divide by 7. 7 goes into 17 twice. 35 is left over. 7 into 35 is 5. So x is 25. The question says, what are the measurements of all the angles in the diagram? So now I just got to substitute my x in. So I just set up my equation, solve for x, then I substitute. So 5 times 25 is 125. So my 5x is 125. 2 times 25 is 50 plus 5 is 55. So this angle is 55. So that means all my blue angles are 55. And all my red angles are 125. So once I know one of the angles, I can figure all of them out if my lines are parallel. All right, try the one on the right, and then I'll give you the answer. So in the diagram below, N and M are parallel. So this line is parallel to this line. Great. Angle 1 is 5x minus 7. So that is this angle. And angle 5 is 3x plus 9. Now, if it helps, because this looks confusing, you could just extend this line. Now it looks like all the other problems we've done. So that was just a little confusing. We'll just keep the line going if you want. So let's fill in what's equal to 1. Okay, angle 4 is equal to 1. And then down here, angle 1 is 5x minus 7. It's in the top right out of these 4. The top right out of these 4 is angle 5. That's my corresponding angle. So 5 is equal to the one across from it. And then all my other angles would be equal. So what do you notice about 1 and 5? Well, they're corresponding. Let me do that in the other color. They're corresponding angles. And we know corresponding angles are congruent or equal. So I could just set 5x minus 7 equal to 3x plus 9 to solve this problem. And then we just got to solve using inverse operations. I'm going to subtract 3x from both sides. So 2x minus 7 equals 9. Add 7 to both sides. 2x equals 16. Okay, x equals 8 then. Divide by 2. And now I can substitute and find all my missing angles. 3 times x, which is 3 times 8, is 24. 24 plus 9 is 33. So angle 1 and angle 5 are 33. Also angle 4 is 33. But the question wants me to find angle 6. Angle 6 is not equal to 33. But I see it's next to 33 and makes a straight line. So it's got to be supplementary. That's my only other option if they're not equal. So I just got to do 180. Angle 6 equals 180 minus 33. Oh man, mental math here. Minus 30 would be 150, so 147. So angle 6 is 147 degrees. And then what angle pair helped you solve for x? We set it up here, but it's because angle 1 and angle 5 were corresponding. I could set them equal. So you really only have two options. You could set them equal, like in the U-try, or like in the first one we did, they were supplementary, or they added up to 180. So what do we got to remember when we're using special angles to solve for missing angles in diagrams with parallel lines? There's only two options. Makes it kind of nice. They're going to be equal or add up to 180, supplementary. And it helps to label what's equal in the beginning by marking up your diagram. So whenever I'm given parallel lines cut by transversal, I say, okay, if I got this angle, it's equal to this one. And down here, the corresponding angles are right there. And then I know the other spots are going to be equal. So if they give me this angle and this angle, I set them equal. If they give me this angle and this angle, I say, ooh, those aren't equal, so they add up to 180. There's only two options.